Thank you, Dick Cromartie. Superintendent Page, distinguished guests and good friends, it's a great pleasure to be here this afternoon. My father always had a very large and special place in his heart for the young. He always was young himself in spirit. He never really aged. And in his guileless, terribly sort of interested way with children, he had an unusual knack for communicating with children. He loved children. He loved the young, and by and large, I think they loved him. I remember very well an incident which took place in 1952, just a short distance down the road in Half Day. My father voted in Half Day, and in 1952, after voting, a group of children assembled to meet with him, and he addressed them by saying, "How many children would like to be governor of Illinois?" And all the children, of course, raised their hands, whereupon he said, "How many governors would like to be children?" And he then waved his hand. He loved the children, he loved the young, and he had a deep interest in formal education. As governor, I don't suppose any other issue before the state preoccupied him more. His administration, if my memory serves me correctly, doubled state assistance for the common schools in the state. And of course he loved this area. He returned here frequently from the United Nations to restore his energies, to revive his sometimes flagging spirits. I remember well seeing him time and again on these journeys back to Libertyville, to his farm, which is only a few miles from here, sitting and musing on the lawn with a yellow pad of paper across his knees, looking out over the fields and out over the Des Plaines River, every so often jotting down an idea as it came to him. And then he'd return after these journeys to his home, refreshed, go back to the struggle in New York. I don't think he'd have done nearly so well in New York if it hadn't been for his home right here, where he could come and revive his spirits, where he could come and take strength from good friends, from good times, and from this land which he loved so. I think this school is very appropriate. We are, of course, extremely indebted, just as my father would be, for this honor. But it's appropriate, I think, because it signifies will for a long, long time. My father's interest in education, his love for the young, and also his love for this area. And I hope and I expect that it will serve for a long, long time as a reminder of his life, and perhaps inspire others to follow in his path, serving their country and the world as constant friends of mankind. I'm sorry he didn't live to see this magnificent school, but he was always well aware that it wasn't always granted to the sower to live to see the harvest. His work was never done in expectation of reaping the harvest. It was done in faith. And you, who have helped create this school, have honored my father by naming it after him, have helped fulfill that faith. And this makes my family very, very grateful to you all. Thank you.